Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I am an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. Make sure to check in the description notes below the video where you will find links to all of my online shenanigans, including how to get my patterns to knit up for yourself, how to join the Watch Barbara Knit Facebook group, how to support me on Patreon, and where to get Watch Barbara Knit merchandise. It has been a little while, but today I am super excited because we have a book look. We're going to look at a new knitting book that just came out, and I'm super excited to share it with you. And by share it with you, I mean I haven't opened the book. I opened the package that the book came in on the most recent live stream, the last Thursday of September, but I have not opened the book. So we are going to look at it for the first time together because I have every confidence it's going to be as amazing as Andrea Rangel's first book. So I have no worries. I want to let you know just ahead of time that we will be having a giveaway where you can win your own copy of this book, and you're going to need to stick around to the end of the video for those details, and I'll show you how you can enter that. But first, we are going to look through the book. And when I have a book look, now, I haven't knit from this book, and I can't really feel like, I don't call these reviews, because reviews implies, I think to me, that I've evaluated the quality of the patterns in there and everything, and I haven't knit anything in this book. I do know Andrea Rangel, though, and she is an absolutely amazing knitwear designer, so I have no reservations whatsoever about it. I also am officially supposed to thank, I gotta make sure I thank the right person. This book was sent to me for free by Penguin Publishing Group, and I want to make sure I don't run into any FTC guidelines situations. So this book was sent to me to look through and talk to you about, and the giveaway is also from Penguin Publishing Group. They are doing that. Once we get a winner, it will be drop shipped directly from them. So I think those are all the legal things I have to say. I don't technically think that makes it a sponsored thing, but I don't know. So I'm so excited. Okay. So Andrea Rangel's first book was called Alternate, and I did a book look for it. So I will definitely link in the description notes to my original book look for her first book, and I'll probably try to do the drop down thingamajigger up here someplace, so that if you want to click through and see that one, it is an amazing book. And I'm gonna, so this has a little insert thing. Let's see what they say about the book. It is, I'm gonna have to hold it way over here. It's a piece of paper, but it's gonna go over here because I have on my computer glasses that are good for like mid-range. A brand new stitch dictionary from the author of the wildly popular Alternate Stitch Dictionary. And it was amazingly popular. I think it got translated into like 3 or 4, maybe more different languages. It is really super fun. And so this one's called KnitOvation. Includes more than 150 brand new colorwork motifs to expand knitters' creative possibilities and draw them further into the world of stranded knitting with clever, quirky, and beautiful motifs, including botanicals, animals, and geometric patterns. The motifs are accompanied by a selection of accessory and garment designs to illustrate how the motifs can be used, and technical information on new topics, including using charts and adding flourishes with duplicate stitch. More knitters than ever are enjoying color work, so now is a fantastic time to give them another tool for their knitting toolbox. Whether you are looking for new colorwork motifs, knitting techniques, or pattern ideas, KnitOvation makes it great. Blah, 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 blah. And here, about Andrea Rangel, and I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing either of those names wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Andrea, could be Andrea or Andrea, and Rangel could be, I don't know. I hope I'm doing it right. I apologize if I'm not. is an independent knitting pattern designer, author, and teacher based in Victoria, BC. She's the author of Alternate Stitch Dictionary and Rugged Knits and has designed a multitude of knitting patterns. When she's not knitting, she's outside with her camera or inside with her sewing machine. You can find her, and I will link to her website and her Instagram. I really highly encourage you to follow her on Instagram because she's outside all the time, and Victoria, British Columbia is absolutely gorgeous, and she goes hiking and she posts just some incredibly, I mean, in addition to all of her cool knitwear, she posts beautiful photographs. So if this is not a designer you've checked out before, I encourage you to do so. Okay, so, and officially, I am recording this on the publication date. It is officially on October 10th. I wanted to wait until, so my video would go up. And if you were like, I have to have that book, you can go get it as opposed to it not being available yet. And that is what the book look is about. Do you want this book? Is this something that you want to invest in and have in your own personal library? Do you want to go and ask your local library if they have it or make sure they stock it? Yada, yada, yada. Okay, now we're going to look in the book. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Already, it's amazing. Contents. Introduction, knitting in color, choosing yarn for color work, yarn gallery, color work knitting tips. 2 is motif and swatches. 3 is patterns, designing projects with color work motifs. Domed toque. I think Canadians pronounce it toque. Nautilus fingerless mitts, midnight garden pullover, extras, abbreviations and techniques glossary, and then indexes, stitch count, row count, motif A to Z, and subject. So we will look at that, got a little bit, and see about, and there's about the other. Okay, so she talks about, this is just an introduction. Okay, from alternate to innovation, KnitOvation. You may have this book in your hands because of my last book. This book is a companion volume if you loved it. I really think you'll love this one as well. At the same time I created it, stand on its own with 150 new motifs. As in alternate, this is something that I thought was really, really cool. As in alternate, all the motifs in this book were designed and named by my husband, Sean, an artist with a clever imagination. I couldn't have made the book without his partnership and support. We had a lot of fun together making this book, and I wish you the same kind of silly joy as you exercise your own creativity. So what it is her partner is a artist, and he creates the images, and then she figures out how to make them into functional, workable, repeatable, stranded knitting motifs, which I think is a great synergy of both of their talents. She wants me to put sticky notes in this, how to use this book. They're intended to be a jumping off point for your own creativity. I hope you use them in your original designs or as an element of a new knitting pattern. Okay. My ambition is for this book to be a collaboration with every knitter who will open its pages. Here's to your knitting and creative expression. So, absolutely love that. Let's look. So, chapter 1, knitting in color. And so we have choosing yarn for color work, which is always going to be useful. And I think it's fantastic that that is included in this book. There is, let's see, fiber preparation, worsted spun yarn, woolen spun yarns, telling the difference, yarn and fiber weights, bringing it all together. A note on knitting in the round and sticks. Very cool. Then yarn gallery. This is interesting. The swatches shared in this section represent a range of yarns and fiber and blends readily available. For each, I share a bit about the yarn and what projects I would use or not use them when knitting color work. All yarns are worsted. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. I'm excited to read her thoughts on this because stranded color work is really not my area of expertise, but she has, this section is amazing. So merino wool, woolen spun Shetland wool, Icelandic wool, Rambouillet wool, blueface Leicester wool, woolen spun Cormo wool, wool singles, super bulky wool singles, alpaca, cotton nylon blend, silk linen blend, mohair silk blend, mohair silk held with mohair wool singles. I can't believe this is still going. Semi-solid in speckle color, long repeat variegated color with a solid color, heathered color, tonal color. This is spectacular. This, if you are into color knitting and if you're kind of a little bit timid about trying to figure out what yarns you want to use, this is amazing. I cannot wait to read this in depth. And what's really awesome is that she's used the same motif in all of these different yarns, so you can compare the exact same colorwork motif. This is a brilliant idea and a wonderful inclusion for a colorwork book. Okay, colorwork knitting tips. And there's going to be a lot. That's great. Motifs and swatches. This is the bread and butter. This is the meat and potatoes. This is the amazing part. So we are going to look. So she's obviously from Canada. So we've got big leaf maple, aspen, oak Canada. And so what these are is for each one, you're going to have a chart so that you can incorporate this chart into one of your things. Oh, water lily. Here, we can't look at every single page. I love this one. Look at the way that interlocks. That is amazing. Grand rose, moth orchid, mosaic, leaflets, rose, malice, poppy, autumn. I really like this. That is a really interesting and different leaf motif. I like the way it goes back and forth. That is cool. And then we've moved. Okay, so we started with flowers, and now we're moving into very specific types of leaves. Birch, and then cruller. It's a donut. I want a donut hat. I really like this one. Look at that one. That's got a neat geometric element to it. And what this is so many stranded colorwork patterns are very, very traditional, and they've been used forever and ever and ever. And that this designer is actually putting new ones out there for us to play with is just really, it's really amazing. They're completely different. A lot of these are some of them are more traditional, some of them are completely different from anything that we've seen before. Very cool. Winter is coming. More leaves. So we've got more leaves and flowers. Okay, so I thought we were doing through, but it's going to be all interspersed. Distant trees. Ooh, I like this wave motif. That's a nice wave motif. Acropolis, smoke in the wind, city. Oh, this has a very video game feel to it. Love it. Y'all know I love video games. And this is what a book look is about. It's me trying to give you a really, there's another great wave pattern, a really in-depth look at this book so you can make a decision about it. This one is cool. My son would like that. Circuit? That is really neat. Puzzle. Oh, wow. Look at that one. That is super cool. I like the interlocking puzzle. We got some more flowers. Vanilla orchid, different kinds of orchid, not just orchid, different. That's the second kind of orchid I've seen. Then some great, a cheetah pattern. Okay, if you've ever wanted to do something animal print, we got the cheetah pattern. I like that one. This makes me want to do stranded. I never knit stranded, but this is really, really cool. More, Monstera. I love the interlocking on this one. Getting things to repeat like that is hard. And there's just so many. There's 150 in here. So really, I can't. Multiverse. cherries. Oop! On the porch, we got a jack-o'-lantern. We've got a candy cane. We got cherries. Put a bird on it, which is hilarious. Ooh, a dragon. You ever want to put a dragon on something? Cheese and mouse. I like the cow. We've got a fox. We got a scorpion. We got tiny ponies. There's a punny bear. Ooh, crabs. Crabs and snakes. Strawberries, spotted tea, seashells and snails. It's got so many beautiful, beautiful pieces. There's a bow, a little yappy dog. Ooh, I like this flame. And there's an eyeball. See this you are not going to see. See, this you would never see in a traditional stranded knitting colorwork type book. That is fantastic. That is an eyeball. Now we've got, ooh, a big crab. If the little crab, there's a pig flying, gnomes. And she gets eccentric, and it's really awesome. I like the different kinds of things that she brings to the table. It says the name of this fish is toilet bound. So that is absolutely, and she said her husband named them. So good on you there, bud. That is hilarious. Porcelain throne. I mean, really. Sometimes you just need to put a potty on something. We got a choo-choo train, a sailboat, downward-facing dog, moon phase. I mean, it just keeps going. Snowman, dinosaurs, turtles, tortoises. Apologies. Helicopter, music, corporate fat cat. Look at that cat. I mean, that is oddly specific, but hey, we'll go to, oh, look at the ghosts. Penguins. Yeah, just so many amazing. So that's, and then we're ending up with ducks and toast, because ducks and toast seems like a way to round things out. So there are 150 in here. It's absolutely amazing. We've got a swatch color guide. Oh, so what they're giving is information on what yarns were used in the swatches, and if you fall in love with a color in one of these swatches, you can figure out what that is. So that's really nice. Now let's look at the patterns. Designing projects with colorwork motifs. The 3 pattern projects in this book provide lessons in combining and shaping colorwork motifs to create finished projects with dimension. So what we have is the 3 projects are a colorwork yoke sweater, a hat, and a pair of fingerless mitts. And my guess is that she is giving information. Yes. So here is designing the domed toque. Using the blank chart provided and a repeat of 12 stitches, fill in the chart as you would a coloring block. If your pattern repeat is greater or less than 12, you can make your own chart using graph paper. Start with the number of stitches in your repeat and follow the general shape of what. So she's telling you how to make your own hat, so we can have one that has crabs on it, okay? Because we need a crab hat. We need a crabby hat. And then the same thing for designing your own, but she also has the instructions for the one that she's knit, so that's really smart. And then again for the yoke, the design your own and everything. And then we've got more. Oh, then we've got a step-by-step on how to do each of the patterns. Okay. That makes sense. So the first part is how you're going to design it and make it your own. The second part is a step-by-step for the specific one that she has chosen to knit. That makes total sense. Midnight cardigan pullover. Let's look at, for a moment, the sizes and finished measurements, because we always need to check out what kind of size inclusivity we're looking at. So sizes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. I think that's a lot. So the smallest is 33 inches and it goes all the way up to 69 inches. So that is a fairly significant, because we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 size increments. So that is fantastic. And she's got all the instructions. Oops, I should be putting this back up here. Sorry, it's hard to remember. I want to just look at it. And let's see here. And then extras. What do you think our extras are? So abbreviations, we need those. She's got techniques glossaries. She talks about color dominance, how to hold the yarn, holding one color in each hand, holding both colors in the same hand, both left and right hand instructions. And she's got illustrations, and that's catching floats. So she talks about floats and how to catch them, catching floats while holding yarn in left hand, catching floats while holding yarn in right hand. That is fantastic. And illustrations on both. Bind off methods, cast on methods, decrease, increase, short rows, and duplicate stitch, how to put a little bit of color. And an index. So there we go. We have looked through the whole book. That is our book look at KnitOvation Stitch Dictionary by Andrea Rangel. It is honestly what I thought it would be and more. I know it was probably hard for her because there was instructional information in the front of alternate, and you don't really want to replicate that information. And so coming up with new but useful information was probably a challenge. And I think that this yarn gallery is just amazing. Seeing all of these, and you probably are like, you're being redundant because I just ogled over it before. Being able to see how these different types of wools perform in the same motif in her discussion that's just amazing. I'm sure it is a masterclass. So that is the KnitOvation Stitch Dictionary. And now it's time to talk about how you can possibly get a copy of this for yourself for free. As I mentioned, this is going to be, it's a giveaway from Penguin themselves. They're going to drop ship. And when I checked with them, they said that they can ship to the United States and Canada. So that is really kind of the restriction that we're working within. And I totally understand it because shipping has gotten so very, very expensive. And when you're shipping to a certain distance, at that point, the shipping costs more than whatever it is you're trying to ship. So you can only win the book if you are in the United States or Canada. Now, I do not like to restrict who can enter. I want all of I know I have a lot of international viewers, and I want everybody to feel like they can participate. And what I do is when I use the random number generator and it selects the winner, if that person is non-US or Canada, what I will do is I will contact you and we will be getting you a digital prize that will be a couple of patterns from my own personal portfolio. I can't give away anybody else's stuff, but I can give away my stuff. So I don't want you to think you can't enter if you're not US or Canada. You just might end up winning some stuff from me. And then what'll happen is I'll select another winner, and that'll be US and Canada probably, because I don't know, we'll see, we'll play it by ear, but just know US and Canada can win the book. If you're not in US and Canada, please enter if you want to, and we'll have a different prize for you. Now, what I use, and here we're going to go to here, I use a service called Rafflecopter, and it's right here, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Now, the reason why I use Rafflecopter is there's a whole bunch of laws that involve giving away stuff like that, and they handle that. It allows me to put all the legal mumbo jumbo in this information, and also there are legal ramifications for collecting email addresses. So when you go to Rafflecopter, and there will be a link, when you go to Rafflecopter, you will need to register, put in your email and everything. I will only see your email if you are selected as a winner, and all of those emails go away. They follow all of the laws and restrictions, both internationally and locally to me, about how to maintain and, you know, all that stuff. And that's the reason why I use Rafflecopter, is because hopefully it'll give you a sense of security, and it, you know, covers me for, I don't want to be collecting emails. So that's why we use Rafflecopter. There will be a link in the description notes below, and I will also put a link in the first comment once the video is live. Now, what I have here is, this is preview because it's obviously not active yet. So what you'll see is you'll see something that looks like this on a Rafflecopter. And you can see right now it says starting soon, but it's going to say this. See, this has no entries. So what you'll do is, these are all the things you can do to enter. And what you'll do is you will click on this little down, right? And for the first one, pop over to Andrea Rangel's website, and let's open that in a new tab. And look here. There's Andrea Rangel's website. You can look around at it and see all of her fun stuff. As I said, here's her Instagram feed. I mean, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I really encourage you to follow her on Instagram. If you do follow her on Instagram, make a comment and say, Barbara sent you over there. Say hi, so she knows that I'm, stalking her. And so once you've gone over and checked out Andrea's website, you can click this button and say, click to submit one entry, right? And so then you're entered. And then all of these other things will get you. So you can get up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways to enter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button. Once you've done that, hit enter. Subscribe to my e-newsletter. Click the link. Once you've done that, hit enter. I'm hitting cancel right now, but you would hit enter right here. Join us on Facebook. Join Watch Barbara Knit on Facebook. Then you would hit enter. And if you are a Patreon, if you follow me on Patreon, you get a free entry, and you're going to need to put your name in here, whatever your name is on Patreon, so that I can double check if this is one that is selected. So you get a bonus entry. That's just a little perk of being a patron. Now, once you've submitted all those, you just wait, and I will do the drawing. Okay, so it is open from 10:12 to 10:26, the closing at midnight Eastern Standard Time on the 26th, and I will do a drawing fairly quickly because I will be heading out of town in November. So that is how you enter through Rafflecopter. I think that's all we need to talk about on Rafflecopter. I will put links on it. This is just the hot mess that is the background for Rafflecopter. Let's go back to, there we go. So this is a longer video because we had to look through the beautiful book, and we had to talk about how you can enter to win your own copy of the book from Penguin. I really hope you enjoyed looking through this book. I'm excited. I cannot wait to read lots of chunks of this. It's not just one, and maybe I can do some stranded knitting. It would be fun. I really want something with crabs on it. So if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, click that like button. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. Thank you so much.